In today's classrooms, inclusive education is a phrase where we hear everywhere, on posters, in school programs, and during trainings. But beyond the slogans, we must ask, does it actually matter? Some people believe inclusive education is just a symbolic gesture, something schools promote to look progressive. Others argue it's a vital part of building a fair and compassionate learning environment. In this video essay, we will explore whether inclusive education truly creates meaningful change for students or if it simply looks good on the paper. By looking at its purpose, its impact, and the challenges behind it, we will uncover whether inclusion is a genuine movement or just a polished idea. Inclusivity is a concept of an ideal society where no one is being left behind, and we often advocate, support, and continuously strive to achieve it, most evident in the field of education. As future educators, we want to make sure that we live by the standards fitting the very needs of our students, which is to receive a quality education while ensuring that they have a space where they feel comfortable and supported in ways that recognize their unique abilities and challenges. Inclusion in education means that they are included regardless of their differences. Based on the study of Put and Ainscow 2011, all students are welcome, cared for, and equally valued and are provided with fair and equitable learning, participation, and educational opportunities. According to Neil Holm 2021, argues that research from different countries, each with its own educational systems and cultural backgrounds, is often considered to address the same thing without acknowledging that its meaning may vary, sometimes significantly across this context. In this case, while inclusive education is designed to promote equity and reduce gaps between typically developing learners and learners with diverse needs, these gaps are often more a matter of empirical realities such as discrimination and systematic barriers, rather than the inherent differences among learners. Jennifer Miller, a mother of a child with special needs, stepped into a type of parenting she had never experienced before. She didn't have much knowledge about what her son truly needs, and at first, she was not sure about what decisions would be right or wrong. She only cares about was simply doing what's best for him, not knowing the underlying consequences. In her early experiences, she wanted to know how easily her son could be removed from a structured behavior program, only to discover that it wasn't as actual as the school had suggested. The district insisted that he needed extensive support that they could not provide in a regular classroom and only offered the options they chose to show. Jennifer reached out to the teachers and staff who shared experiences from other parents, and from these conversations, she realized that inclusion was possible, but the district was not really having what it takes to make it happen. In her story, if she didn't fight and believe that his son can join a regular class, they will not consider her son. Her story is a great reminder that not all the learners with diverse needs can be accommodated in inclusive education. As a result, her son was rejected in school because of its aggressive behavior that shows ineffective of inclusive education. According to Farrell 2000, educators may often lack practical knowledge on how to create genuinely inclusive education. Traditional segregated practices persist, and teachers and parents hold different views on the appropriateness of inclusion. In reality, understanding each learner's uniqueness is essential, yet not the biggest catch. But the main focus should center on addressing the social and structural factors that affect participation and learning outcomes. Inclusivity is a perspective, a matter of mindset rather than a fixed program or policy. While this concept possesses a great idea, especially the core vision, which is to provide a society without excluding any members, the one-size-fits-all ideals is most likely to disrupt the idea of what makes a truly functional society, something to put in the highest consideration, especially in the context of education. It is more like insensitivity, masked as a pretentious help. It takes away more than it gives, as learners with special needs were compromised to a standard set by a learning space, not tailored and objective to what these special learners should attain. According to the statistics of UNESCO, inclusive education has already been introduced in 75% of the countries, yet the results of implementation and its effectiveness depend primarily on socio-economic conditions and educational cultural traditions. As future educators, we live by the principles of ensuring that our students will achieve their potential using methods that go beyond what is easy or convenient, guided or empirical knowledge gained through the years of experiences, and by a deep understanding of how each learner strives. In the same way, the involvement of the policymakers and stakeholders through establishing a guided concept of inclusion which goes beyond policy if the purpose is to really eliminate the gaps, since the actual gap is more about the perspectives and not really the uniqueness or incapabilities of an individual, but a cultural understanding towards inclusion and diversity. By then, we can finally create educational environments where every learner is truly achieving their learning needs.